there no one else? Is there no one else?
Savatgy for the lead, and Tomac is lurking as well. Tomac and Barsha battling it out side by side. Tomac on the 3 around the outside.
Oh, looks like he's got a run.
Oh, he's got Barsha, and he almost got Roxon as well. Meanwhile, Sexton setting up Savatgy. Big move around the outside for the 23. Just like that, he's in the lead. Oh, Roxon makes the move. Quick strike on Savatgy from the outside. And you can see some of the nips and tucks on this track. And they're all trying to get a feel for it right now. I think that Craig is the next rider in line. Yeah, there he is behind Tomac. Oh, Tomac giving it his all.
He's really working it, man. He really wants to get by Joey, you can tell.
Huge scrubs trying to get that Yamaha down to the ground.
Oh, does he got to run? You don't really see a pass there too often.
No, he tried. Savatgy shut the door. Savatgy takes him wide again.
Sides.
Yep. 2 corners in a row. Savatgy shut him down, and Tomac still fighting.
Does he got him?
Down to the inside.
Looks like he solidified it. Oh, she's.
Oh, he almost did what Savatgy did in the first moto. There's just nothing to grab traction with on the inside, but around the outside, he makes it work anyway.
Wow, dude, Eli's feet was off the peg. He's full send.
Desperation, and Tomac leaps into that corner. I mean, Savatgy is riding well, but you can see the intensity. Tomac needs to get up front, and he does.
Yeah, it's crazy to see the intensity in this class. I mean, look at Joey. He's no slouch. He is a fast guy on a motorcycle.
Yeah, and he was doing everything right. Wow, Craig, what a run through the whoops. So Christian Craig is going to move into 4th on the Yamaha, while Roxon and Tomac resume their battle, but now it's for 2nd instead of 3rd. Tomac, big power run around the outside.
This is always a fun little section to watch. Does Eli go wide? Where's he gonna go? Like, you know he's trying to make a move quick here.
And he chooses to Anderson next in line. I believe he might have made the move on Savatgy. We go back to Tomac.
Eli seems pretty quick back here in this back section. It looks like he kind of was able to get up on Kenny a little bit.
Yeah, and he almost passed Savatgy 2 laps ago. Kenny able to maintain it as they come through. Crowd loves this. Oh, big move around the outside, wheeling.
Wow.
Oh.
Mother of God.
On the downside of the jump, puts the Yamaha power to the ground, takes over 2nd. Let's see if Roxon can respond.
Ooh, Eli's smart right there. He kind of closed the door on him.
Wow.
Here we go. We're shaping up to have a good battle, potentially.
Oh, yeah, a rematch of Moto 1. Sexton wanted the do-over. He's got it. He's got Tomac behind him. Can he hold him all the way this time? Chase Sexton really coming of age here in the summer of 2022. But it is so difficult to go one-on-one with Eli Tomac in this series. He's a 3-time 450 national champ. And Tomac is closing rapidly.
Yeah, Eli looks like he's got a good flow going right now for sure.
Oh, it is beast mode from Tomac. The gap is almost gone. He's right there on the 23.
Wow.
He did not have this pace differential over Sexton earlier. He has found another gear.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. I wonder if maybe they made a little bit of adjustments.
Yeah, he definitely looks better.
You know, maybe there's some good talk between the Star guys and Rick Gilmore, the suspension guy, and John Tomac, and those guys work really well together. So I'm curious. It'd be curious to see.
Yeah, it was a 2-second gap. You can see when they went through the finish line a half a lap later. It is one-on-one, no gap at all.
Wow.
Tomac will get a power out of this turn.
Oh! That is not the way you want to do it. He left that uphill completely sideways.
And just went full gas into the outside. I mean, these guys are flat out right now.
And finding an inside line. This drive out of these corners.
It's unbelievable, huh?
Yes. It looks like he's on more than a 450 with the power he's got coming out of these corners. Let's send it down to Jason Thomas.
So Eli Tomac's still running that Dunlop MX-14 that we talked about, that scoop tire. I asked him on the podium after the first moto if he thought about changing it, and he was having none of it. He was almost offended that I thought he was having to be a little bit less aggressive. Well, it seems like he's using that in this second moto, and he is going after Sexton.
I'll give you royalties on that, JT. Something's fired him up, and Maybe he's using that sand tire to get the drive out of the turns, because it's unbelievable what he's able to do.
To get the drive out of the turn. It's unbelievable what he's able to do.
Do you see how he's able to go 3 and
Oh!
he cut down and turned off?
Crash!
I would've-
Sexton trying to respond, can't do it. What a run by Tomac. And leaping into that corner, and he is looking to say goodnight here. Unbelievable the intensity from Tomac at the beginning of this race. And look, he's won 6 photos in a row. You'd think it'd be hard to be impressed, but this is next level right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch these guys when they're in a battle like this, and then they rise to the occasion, and then they're, you know, they're flat out like this. It's truly, it's just fun to sit back and watch.
So go back to that section there where he made that pass. You were talking about going 3 in.
Yeah, when you go 3 in like that, it's a big hit, and it's a lot of speed.
Yep.
It's a lot of speed, but I mean, as you guys see, they land and they don't even move. I mean, that's just a testament to how strong these guys are and the work they put in off the bike. Like, they're in the situation like this where you have to be on point, Jason. He's rode this tire day in and day out in Cortez, Colorado.
Oh, little mistake.
Yeah, a little heavy there on the front end, but he knows what it's going to do in all conditions. And by developing and spending more hours and time on that deal, you know, it makes sense why he would just stick with the tire. He knows what it's going to be like in all conditions.
Yeah, I remember going back a couple of years ago when Zach Osborne won this championship in 2020. He would run the Scoop. That was the previous edition of the tire, but he ran it at home, so he was always trying to trend in that direction. If there was any chance of that being the option.
Absolutely, and I've noticed a difference with the Dunlop tires over the year, from a standard tire to a paddle tire or whatever. There is a little bit of a difference in how the bike handles.
Okay.
I've noticed that.
So if you go away from it, it's going to affect other things. We're just talking grip, but it's going to affect other things.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes I have noticed, like I said in the past, I haven't had a chance to ride this new tire that Dunlop has, but their old paddle tire was actually a little bit taller of a tire, and it affected how the bike handled a little bit.
Oh, okay. Sexton trying to hang in there and weather this storm. A big sprint and a big push from Tomac. Gap little over a second right now. He's hanging in there. Wins this moto, will be the points leader going into next week at Washougal. So there is no reason to hold back. And Relay Tomac, who has won this title 3 times, he's one of the toughest, one of the best ever at this game. Even he got to be impressed. Whatever he's thrown down, Sexton has been able to answer. And what an improvement. I mean, you look at Sexton in the 250 class, was never really in contention for this title. Had speed at times the last 2 years in the 450 class, but he is taking the best Tomac has to offer and matching it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember being back on Geico and being Chase's teammate, and Chase always was like, I'm going to be a better 450 guy. He was always a little bit of a bigger guy.
Okay.
You know, like with me, I'm about 140 pounds. So being on a 450, man, that thing's going to bark. I think we're going to have to mellow that thing out. And Chase was always asking for as much, give me all the horsepower you can give me on that 250. So it doesn't surprise me that he's loving the 450.
Yeah, he is, absolutely. And he's using that Honda to keep Tomac in sight. 1.2 seconds was the gap the last time around. Oh, Tomac, that's like Evel Knievel level.
Yeah, when you're going down that downhill that fast, I mean, it's a full send. As you can see, he's like lifting off that single.
Yeah, yeah, hopping over bumps, or clearing the bumps, I should say. And he comes into these turns so hard as well. And with all of that, he's still not able to build a gap over Sexton.
Absolutely, and like with the track getting more and more rough like this, a little secret that I like to do is, if you go back to a two-stroke has no engine braking, right? Now, when you put an engine, a four-stroke has engine braking. So when you're coming down these downhills, like what you see Eli and Chase doing, the bike gets sucked down. So it's putting more load into the chassis. It kind of creates a little bit of rigidity. So when I'm setting up my bike for outdoors or just in general, I like my bike to be a little bit more like a two-stroke. It just helps take, the bike feels a little bit better on all conditions on the track.
You try to take that engine brake out as much as you can?
I like to, yeah. Some riders like it. They say it kind of helps them turn. But more often than not, I gravitate towards having less engine braking.
Well, it is unbelievable what these riders can feel. was talking to Bob Barnett, who actually builds some of the clutch levers for these teams, and he was talking about working with Tomac earlier with the arc levers in the year, and he gave Tomac 2 options, 1 millimeter apart, and Eli said, can you build me one in between? And he said, well, that would be a 0.5 millimeter. And he did it, and he put it on the bike, and I was like, yep, that's the one I want. Yeah, he can feel that.
Yeah, I can totally agree with him. I've had some arc levers back in my day, and we've tried different ratios, and you know, I like to run my clutch pretty tight when I go up to the line to have a little bit more control. I feel like it helps me out of the gate. Some people are different. I get it tight, and I don't use it much when I'm racing on the track, so I actually oftentimes roll it back, Jason.
During the race?
Yes.
You back off that tightness, yep. This is unbelievable. Did I see, that's the second time I've seen Tomac reach for the pen. Sexton has been able to answer, so now it's just a matter of, as Tomac said earlier in the year, who's gonna blink first? Who's gonna make the mistake? Ah, this is so good. And I'll tell you, from my perspective, it doesn't look like, well, he made a mistake there, but it doesn't look like Sexton's over his head running his pace. He did make one mistake, but he looks like he can run this comfortably. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these guys look like, you know, every day they're pushing, they're racing the lap time during the week. These guys are accustomed to living life on the edge, I guess you could say. You got to be, in this sport, you got to be uncomfortable. You know, you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable, right? That's the only way you get better. That's the only way you grow as an individual. And yeah, they're on the edge, and I think that, as you can see, they make it look good. And that's one mistake in that corner from Sexton. Look at the difference it has made. All the way through, Tomac pulled him in this entire section. He's almost doubled the kind of gap that he had. Oh. Honestly, it's like powering out of that sand turn into the next set of sand whoops. Just so fun to watch these two push each other to the backs. Craig is 23 seconds back. He is riding very well in third. Slugging it out. I think Anderson is just going to edge Craig for third overall today. Craig's riding well, Anderson's riding well, but these two have taken it to another level. Watch out for the lap traffic. Sexton and Tomac, no problems there. Oh, Sexton is almost to the rear wheel. And look, you don't see this happen often. You don't see this. Someone trying to break Tomac down late in the moto. On the downhill here, we hear that Max Anstey, who was running in 7th, is now out of this moto. We might see his motorcycle here. Oh, no. Oh, no, he's down. That is terrible. Yeah, that's not a good place. Not one you want to crash. It's not really on your side if you get loose down that down. No, that is a huge hill. Oh, Max was riding so well. Hate to see that. Back to the battle for the lead. I mean, Sexton was absolutely on Tomac. They had to slow it down through that section with Anstey down. Man, I hope he's all right. Rider out of England. He's coming really in just for a couple of races to learn his new team for next year. Oh, it is on right now, J-Mart. Yeah, we got ourselves a good old-fashioned battle right here. And, you know, like as you said, the clock's ticking down. You know Chase, the 2-lap, when he sees the 2-lap board, Jason, he's going to be all in. All right, he is sitting up. That's good to see from Anstey, and it is going to be 2 to go the next time around. So 3 laps left for Sexton to try to make this work. It is an almost impossible task to try to overcome Eli Tomac late in a second moto in Lucas Oil Pro Motocross. Many have tried, few have succeeded. Can Sexton get it done? Oh, wow. You could just hear the engine roaring on that Yamaha 450, huh? That was neat. And the same thing, I want to hear them coming out of that corner. Full revs, dump the clutch, everything these bikes have. Oh, Eli's trying to sprint right now. He is hustling. Yeah, absolutely. I wonder what's, from Chase's perspective, it'd be so cool to know what he's thinking right now, wouldn't it? He's all in. He's like, where can I make up the difference? Where can I get a little bit of an edge and just get another bike length or two to maybe get in a position to get up on him? Yeah, that's the thing. He has been lurking the whole time, but he's rarely been close enough to really show him a wheel. Tomac has been able to keep it to about a second the entire time. And now Sexton is running out of time. It's going to be 2 to go. Can he get close enough? And shout out to these guys for riding this type of pace and keeping the mistakes to a minimum. They come down Mount Martin. And they've cleared it. Anstey is no longer in that section, so that's good to see that he's able to get up and out of there.
What's really impressive to me is you guys watch these guys. These ruts are deep, and there's a lot of choppy acceleration bumps coming out of them. And you can even see that in some of them, there's some pretty mean-looking hooks in the rut. And these guys will stand up, and the momentum that they're carrying into the hook, and then to be able to accelerate out and carry that momentum is really impressive.
Absolutely. Keeping those mistakes to a minimum, like I said, despite how rough the track is, despite how much they're pushing it. Okay, here it comes. The final push. 2-lap card is out. There it is for Tomac, and then for Sexton. 1.6 seconds in it. Whoever wins the race takes the points lead. Tomac unofficially got it back between motos. But Sexton can get that points lead back by 1 if he wins this one. It is on right now at Spring Creek. It's everything you want to see, and as I said, also a clash of the generations. The 29-year-old Tomac, whose career is winding down. Sexton, who is hitting a new level at age 23. Didn't quite get the drive he wanted heading into these sand rollers.
This is a full-on sprint right now. Like if you're Chase, you're all in, and if you're Eli, you just don't want to let him get close enough, because if he gets close, obviously it's a good opportunity for Chase to get there, and then with just 1 lap to go, Chase can suffer through this, because these guys, I feel like they're definitely feeling the fatigue right now.
Yeah.
I feel like it's starting to set in. Like, I take pride in being in shape, but I'd be lying, Jason, if I said if I was in this kind of battle, these guys battled Moto 1, they battled Moto 2, I'm hurting a little bit.
Well, we saw you a couple of years ago pushing Dylan Ferrandis for a win here. You said, what, 2-3 days
before
you could ride?
Yeah, I was not good for 3 days.
Unbelievable. And that's probably going to be the case with these two. They are going to be feeling it tomorrow. Sexton, a last gasp effort to try to close back in. It's everything they have right now. Did Sexton get close enough to show him a wheel? Not quite there. Kind of waiting to see, again, which one blinks, which one makes the mistake. The critical juncture. Tomac rockets out of that corner. Full rev limiter in the air before he puts that power back to the ground. Sexton closed back up through there.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit tighter.
Oh, here
We're
it
gonna
is.
Get the white flag, Jason.
This is it, 1 to go. Everything they've got. It was 1.6. It's 1.1. Sexton made up a half second the last time around.
Yeah.
Crowd's into it as well.
Yeah, we'll see what the mechanics are going to be all cranked up, doing everything they can to try to get their riders to...
Whoa! Sexton absolutely sent it into that corner and held on to it. He knows how critical it is. Throw the consistency out the window. He wants to win this one. Into the sand rollers for the last time.
Oh, man, Eli got a pretty good drive through there, and so did Chase.
Yeah, Chase was better than he was the last time around, but Eli got it as well. Beautiful drive out of the corner by Tomac. Watch out for the lap traffic. No problems there. Sexton have anything left. Any tricks he can pull out. Tomac maintaining that gap where it was.
He's going to really have to go as fast as he's ever gone down Mount Martin.
Uh-oh. That's right. That does loom. That is an option to just send it even further down that hill. Sexton a little bit further inside at the base. Here we go to the top. Half a lap to go. Tomac versus Sexton. Momentum, points, confidence, everything up for grabs. Here's the big run down the hill. Sexton's not quite close enough. The fans are giving it everything they've got as well in support of this. Tomac has responded. Great run by the number 3. You're just shaking your head.
Yeah, I'm shaking my head. Like, Chase is doing everything he can. He's thrown everything he possibly can at Eli today. Unfortunately, he had that crash in that Moto 1, but I mean, what else could Chase do?
He did everything right, but Eli Tomac is maybe the hardest obstacle to overcome in all of motocross. Late in the moto, too strong, too fit, too solid, too consistent. Eli Tomac goes 1-1.
Is it the face? Is it the face? Yeah, it's the face.
Yeah, fuck all of my problems in the way. Yeah, I'm just trying to make it through today. Yeah, I'm just trying to take away the pain. No, I don't feel the same. I need somebody to talk to. Need someone who's the same, who's trying to make it through today.